Okay, here we're finding x. We have A, B, C corresponds to x, y, z. So AB corresponds to xy, xy. So x and 4. And then AC, boom, bam, corresponds to xz, which is 8. So 12 and 8. Cross multiply, then divide. 12 times 4, 48, divided by 8 is 6. X equals 6. So I need to find the area of both. Area equals base times height divided by 2. Area equals base times height divided by 2. This is 6 times 12 divided by 2, which is 72 cut in half, which is 36. There's that area. This is 8 times 4 divided by 2, which is 32 cut in half, is 16. Now I need to find the difference of these two, so I'm going to subtract. 36 minus 16 will be my answer. Travis sketches a scale drawing of his favorite race car. The scale he uses is 1 centimeter equals 1/4 of a foot. That is a ratio. 1 centimeter is 1/4 of a foot. Or you could put 0.25. I prefer 0.25 because it's a decimal. In this case, it's easiest to work with. If the length of the car in Travis's drawing is 64 centimeters, what is the actual length in feet of the car? So the centimeters goes up here, 64 centimeters, and x goes here. If I'm finding 1/4 of something, I am dividing by 4. 64 divided by 4, or you could have done 64 times 0.25. You would get 16 feet. An architect draws a blueprint of a house using the scale 1 inch equals 6 feet. If the kitchen measures 19.5 feet by 22.5 feet, what are the dimensions of the blueprint? A dimension is a measurement. It's a length, or a width, or a base, or height. These are all individual dimensions. So this is base times height. 19 by 22, 19.5 by 22.5. Have you ever heard somebody say a 4 by 4? They're talking about the base and the height. Okay? So here, they give me my ratio, 1 inch equals 6 feet. And then I have to choose one of these, and then once I figure out my answer to my proportion, I could just choose one of these numbers here. That'll make sense. So I'm going to choose 19.5 and x. Oh, wait. This is feet. So I'm putting this in the wrong spot. I need to move it around. All right, let's try x up here at 19.5 down here. So I cross multiply and divide, which is technically 19.5 divided by 6. So 6 into 19 is 3. 3 times 6 is 18, 15. 6 into 15 is 2. I should be able to stop here and find the most logical answer. 3.2 something. This can go away and this can go away. But I need to figure out what the rest is. 2 times 6 is 12. 3, bring down a 0. What would go here? And check to see if that answer is over here. Triangle EFG is similar to triangle XYZ. Sketch and label the two triangles using the following information. EFG and XYZ. EF is 12 centimeters, FG is 20, and XY is 15. So I'm going to have one large triangle and one small triangle. All right. EF corresponds to XY. So, looks like EF is the smaller one. So I've got E, F, G, and X, Y, Z. EF is 12, XY is 15. FG is 20. Find YZ. YZ is this mystery measurement. Set up a proportion, 15 and 12, and 20, and X. I can simplify 12/15 to 4/5. So I can make a new proportion wherever I have room to squeeze it in here. 4/5, 20 over X. 20 times 5 divided by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5 times 5, which is 25. There's my winner. And it's centimeters. Trapezoids CDEF and GHIJ. CDEF, GHIJ. Those correspond with one another. Are similar. If trapezoids are isosceles, that means this is equal to this and this is equal to this. Then what is the perimeter of trapezoid GHIJ? So I don't know these answers here. This is X and this is Y. I do know this one, I do know this one, and I do know this one. So I need two proportions here. One, two. So I need X and Y. I'm going to put the ratio that I do know, which is 3 meters and 1.5 meters. The 1.5 is always going to correspond with the X and the Y. So I'm going to put that up top. Then who corresponds to this in the other shape, that means it's in the same location but another shape, is the 3. So I'm going to put that below the 1.5. And then I'm going to put these respective sides here, the corresponding shapes, or corresponding sides of X, which is 9.5. And the corresponding side of Y, which is 10. Let's multiply, then divide. 10 times 1.5 over 3 is 15 over 3, which is 5. 9.5 times 1.5 divided by 3. 9.5 times 1.5. 5 times 5 is 25. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 2 is 47. 1 times 95 is 95. 5, 2, 14. 14.25 divided by 3. 14 1/4 divided by 3. 4, 12, 2, 2, 7. 7 times 3, 21, 15, 5. So this is for, this is 5. And this is 4 3/4. I need that, I need that, I need 1.5, and this is 1.5. So this too is 1.5 because they're isosceles, that means the two sides are equal. So now I've got 1.5 and 1.5 plus 4 3/4 and 5. Line up your decimals, add zeros. 5, 17, 5, 5. This is my perimeter of this guy. Perimeter is where I add all the sides. Mr. Ziegler draws a picture of an ant using a scale of 1 centimeter to 2.5 millimeters. This is a rate. 1 centimeter, 2.5 millimeters. To show the student the part of the ant's body. If the actual thorax of an ant is 3 7/16 millimeters long, what is the length of the thorax in Mr. Ziegler's drawing? There's my x. Cross multiply, then divide. This ends up being 3 7/16 divided by 2 1/2. Sorry, I cut that off. 3 7/16 divided by 2 1/2. Because 3 7/16 times 1 is just itself, and then I'm dividing by 2 1/2. I convert it to a fraction so that I can easily divide these fractions after I turn them improper. 3 7/16 and 2 1/2. I need to multiply, then add. 3 times 16 is 48, plus 8 is 55 sixteenths. 2 1/2. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5 halves. Divide. In order to divide fractions, you keep, you change, you flip. 55 sixteenths times 5 over 2. And here I can do some simplifying after I correct my flip fraction because I didn't flip anything. 2/5. There we go. I can cross these out. 55 divided by 5 is 11 over 1. And I can cross these out. This is going to be 1 over 8. I'm dividing by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 16 divided by 2 is 8. I'm dividing by 5. 55 divided by 5 is 11. And 5 divided by 5 is 1. 11 times 1 over 8 times 1 is 11 eighths, or 1 3/8 centimeters. Done. Joshua has a poster he wants to enlarge. The original poster has a length of 12 inches and a width of 8. Joshua wants the enlarged poster to have a width of 12 inches. If the two posters are similar, what is the length of the enlarged poster? First thing that they gave me is length and width, 12 and 8. Second thing that they gave me is they want a width of 12, so this is going to be x. I don't know my new length. Cross multiply, then divide. 12 times 12 over 8. If I simplify, I will get 4 goes into 12 and 8, so I can cross this out. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 8 divided by 4 is 2. I can simplify some more. This 12 will become a 6 because 12 divided by 2 is 6. And this 2 will become a 1. I'm left with 18 because 6 times 3 is 18. Last, in the figure, I think it's last, yep, 106. In the figure, XYZ is similar to XTU. XYZ, XTU. These have X in common. If XT measures 12 centimeters, what is the length of TY? 9.6 and 16 correspond because they're both bottoms of the triangles. And then 12 is for XT, so that goes here. And then X is going to be the whole side, then I'll need to subtract 12 later on at the end. Cross multiply, then divide. Okay, I had to fast forward a little bit. 12 times 16 is 192, and then divide 192 by 9.6. I move over 1 decimal place in each number, so I have 1920 divided by 96. That will equal 20, because 96 times 2 is 192, and then I need to add a 0 and a 0. Bam, done.